Art in one word, creativity. When I say creativity, I say art being, to me, creativity is how you express it. You know, when something comes into you, being able to express it out in a way that lets other people see what your creativeness is, you know, in that process. Art is the expression of whatever you have in your mind. It's that feeling that comes inside of you, and you are putting it out in a way that is, I guess, creative enough that other people can understand it, or sometimes even not understand it. My middle name is Marquis, and one of my baby companies, I'll say, is going to be Marquis Memories. And with Marquis Memories, basically, when it comes to photography, I don't want it to be, I'm taking your picture. I want to capture memories. That's my ultimate goal in photography. So if I'm shooting a wedding, or if I'm shooting a model, or if I'm shooting anybody, just life itself, I want to be able to say, here's the memory that you were looking at, captured perfectly. As far as my photography, I want to say I come at a different approach than most people. When it comes to what I shoot, a lot of what I capture, I want to capture behind the camera, so that if somebody views it straight, raw footage from behind the camera, I want them to be able to say, wow, this is still nice. I can still enjoy it. But at the same time, you know, afterwards, you know, after I bring it back into my lab, you know, I have a couple of programs. You know, a lot of my programs are based off, a lot of my work is based off of Photoshop. And in Photoshop, a lot of what I do is just simple recreation of that image and just simple editing just to enhance it a little bit. I don't want to mess up the memory too much unless it's a graphic design. Out of everything that I do, what I enjoy the most is weddings. I would have to say, to me, weddings are my most enjoyable moment, because when a client comes to me and, you know, and says, you know, I have a wedding, I don't view them I view them no longer as just a client. It's a person who's coming to have this service rendered to me. I view them as a friend. I want to be able to help my friend capture their memory perfectly. And a lot of wedding photographers, some do, some don't, but I want to be able to capture it in a way that you'll always be able to say, this is exactly the moment I remembered that day. When it comes to my creative vision, I can truthfully say that there really isn't a gap between what I expect, what I want, and what I get out toward the end. You know, a lot of times the product of what I get is exactly what I want, and majority of the times it's better. You know, I'll start off with a project and I'll say, you know, well, this is what I'm getting, and at the end, I'm amazed. I'm like, oh, wow, I cannot believe that's what I made. You know, and that's happened a lot. You know, I'll start off with a project. There's one I have called the Creative Spark. And with the Creative Spark, it was nowhere near what I thought I was going to get. But the idea in my mind was, this is what I'm going to capture. And as I began the process of trying to capture it, an even better product came out in the end. When it comes to light, there's a good friend of mine. His name is Brandon Zachary, or he calls himself Alexander King as well on Facebook. And he calls himself a light painter. And I think when it comes to light in my photography, light determines the mood of the image itself. You know, sometimes, you know, whatever I'm trying to capture, you know, if I want it to have a dark, ominous feel, I have, you know, the absence of light. If I want it to be nice and happy, I have a lot of light. But I can still be able to capture whatever I want to with whatever light that I have. So sometimes, you know, I'll bring in gels, or I'll bring in certain colors to enforce moods, to enforce different feelings of, you know, whatever that image is trying to capture. But, you know, overall, the thing that I really look for when it comes to light is, what does that light say? What does that, either that addition or absence of light, say about the final product? The future of Timothy Bowser photography, my ultimate goal is not to just have a company based around me. You know, eventually, you know, I want to bring Timothy Bowser Photography to Timothy Bowser Enterprises and kind of move along with the brand a little bit. But the biggest thing is, I want to be able to teach other people what I know and let them be able to express their creativity as well. I know we don't have the outlet around here. You know, some schools may have it, but I want them to be able to express what they have and not, you know, throw ideas to them. You know, you should follow this, you should follow this curriculum. I want them to be able to say, you know, this is what I want to do. And Timothy Bowser is the one that helped me see this dream. 100 years from now, I want people to say, wow, it'll be really hard to recreate this, because the passion behind the image, the creativity, was at such a degree that people can say a true professional shot this, a true professional captured this, and whatever memory is provoked from that image itself will be captured perfectly, I'd say. Hello, I am Timothy Bowser from Timothy Bowser Photography and Design, and you are watching Incite TV.